Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the very latest breaking news and crucial updates on UK benefits, pensions and financial changes that directly impact millions of households across the country. And today, we have a shocking update that has already ignited fierce debate nationwide. The Department for Work and Pensions, better known as the DWP, has announced a dramatic U-turn on the £300 winter fuel payment. Now, let's be clear, this extra cash was originally introduced as a lifeline for pensioners and vulnerable households, a cushion against crippling energy bills during the coldest, darkest months of the year. For many, it was the difference between keeping the heating on or facing freezing nights. But in a decision that has stunned charities, campaigners and elderly people up and down the UK, the government has now ruled that 4 major groups will no longer receive this support. This isn't just a small change. It's a move that could leave tens of thousands of people out in the cold, literally. So in today's video, we're going to break this down in full. We'll explain exactly what the winter fuel payment is, why this U-turn has happened, which groups are being excluded, how it could affect your finances, and most importantly, what alternative help might still be available to you or your loved ones. Welcome to Pensioners Power, your trusted source for everything you need to know about pensions, retirement planning, and financial wellness. Here, we cover the latest news, expert insights, and essential updates to help you maximize your retirement years. Whether it's understanding pension schemes, making the most of your savings, or staying informed about financial changes, you're in the right place. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. For decades, the winter fuel payment has been one of the most important support schemes the UK government provides. It was designed to help pensioners and older households cope with the ever-rising costs of heating their homes through the long British winter. Payments usually range between £100 and £300, depending on age and living arrangements. In recent years, due to the energy crisis and soaring household bills, an extra £300 supplement was added as an emergency measure. For millions of older people, this wasn't just helpful, it was essential. Think about it. Without this payment, many pensioners would be forced to make an impossible choice. Do I heat my home, or do I put food on the table? That's why this scheme has always been seen as universal and guaranteed. Until now. Initially, the DWP confirmed that almost all pensioners would continue to receive the extra £300 boost this winter. But in a stunning reversal, the department has decided to restrict access. Why? According to officials, the government wants to target support more effectively and make sure the money only goes to those who need it most. But critics say this is nothing more than a cost-cutting exercise disguised as fairness, one that could push thousands of elderly people deeper into financial hardship. The reality is this: 4 major groups are now excluded, and if you fall into one of these categories, you won't see that extra £300 this winter. Let's break them down one by one. Group 1, UK pensioners living abroad. First, on the exclusion list, British pensioners who live overseas in countries considered to have warmer winters. That means retirees in Spain, Portugal, Greece, Cyprus, and other similar countries are now cut off from the £300 payment. The government argues that because the climate is milder, these pensioners don't need the support. But here's the problem: many of these pensioners spent decades paying into the UK system, working, contributing, and earning their entitlement. Energy bills abroad are still painfully high, and in some cases, even higher than in the UK. Critics are calling this ruling a cruel generalization and accusing the government of punishing people for choosing to retire abroad. Group 2, certain benefit claimants. The second group hit by the cut are those on specific types of benefits that aren't directly linked to the state pension. Previously, being on qualifying benefits meant you were very likely to receive the winter fuel payment. But now, unless your benefits are directly tied to your pension entitlement, you could be left out in the cold. This has created huge confusion. Some low-income households who were already struggling could now fall through the cracks. The DWP says this ensures older and more vulnerable groups get priority. But campaigners argue it's grossly unfair, stripping vital help from people who are already living on the edge. Group 3, New Pension Age Claimants. Here's where things get particularly harsh. If you've just reached state pension age, but haven't yet received your first pension payment, you could miss out entirely. Why? Because unless your pension claim is fully processed and on record before the cutoff date, the DWP will not pay you the extra £300. This means thousands of brand new pensioners could be denied support simply because of administrative delays. And let's be honest, delays are often the fault of the DWP itself, with backlogs and paperwork errors slowing the process. Charities are calling this bureaucratic cruelty, punishing people for a problem they didn't cause. Group 4, Hospital and Care Home Residents. The final group to lose out are pensioners spending long periods in hospitals or care homes. The government argues that since heating and living costs are already covered in these institutions, residents don't need the extra £300. But this ignores reality. Many families still face hidden costs, from transport to personal items and medical needs. Charities say stripping this payment from the elderly and unwell is yet another example of short-sighted cuts that hit the most vulnerable hardest. The official reasoning is simple: budget pressures, fairness, sustainability. Ministers insist these exclusions allow the government to focus limited funds on those truly in need. But opposition EPs, charities, and campaigners say the move is cruel, unnecessary, and dangerous. Pensioners could be forced to ration heating. Cold homes increase risks of flu, pneumonia, and other winter illnesses. Families may have to step in financially, adding more strain to households already struggling. Experts warn that short-term savings could lead to higher NHS costs later as cold-related illnesses surge. This isn't just a numbers game, it's about real people's lives. If you are affected by this exclusion, don't panic, there are still other forms of help available. Warm Home discount £150 off energy bills for eligible households. Cold weather payments £25 for every 7-day period of freezing weather. Council hardship funds, local authorities providing emergency help. Energy supplier grants. Some companies offer direct relief to struggling customers. Charity Support Age, UK Citizens Advice, and other organizations can guide you through applications. The key is to act early. Check your eligibility now. Apply as soon as possible, and don't wait until the cold sets in. Check your pension claim. Make sure it's active and up to date. Confirm your benefit status. Find out if you still qualify. Apply for alternatives like Warm Home discount without delay. Seek advice from Age UK or Citizens Advice. Spread awareness, let friends, neighbors, and family know so nobody misses out. Thank you for watching Pensioners Power. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video with more insights on the issues that affect the UK. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest updates.